Hello, happy people. How are you doing today? We are a step higher with our learning today. So in our last class, we learned functions. We started with basic functions, return and print, functions with parameters, default values for parameters, and the pass keyword. These are really important stuff. You shouldn't miss these functions because they are the core concepts of any programming language, not just Python. So welcome to this class. We will learn the 19th number here. It's not really like topic per se. So the 19th is control statements. So you can either call it control statements as a broad name, or you call it conditional statement, or you call it decision statement, or even call it if and else statement. Okay. Most people know this topic as if and else statement. Okay, it's a computer science programming topic, and it's really easy. I think it's even easier than functions, but you have to understand how the logic works. Okay, so I'm going to start from the very beginning. Okay, I'll start from the very beginning. All right, so first and foremost, you have to understand what a pseudocode is and a flowchart. Pseudocode. So pseudo, as I was taught in biology, pseudo just means false, something that is not actually the fact, the real thing. So pseudo, I remember, was it euglena and pseudopodia, something like that in biology. So, but here you have pseudocode. So if we say that pseudo means something that is false, yeah, was it pseudo something false fit? Yeah, in biology. So when we learned microorganisms or parasites, something like that, I've forgotten those stuff. So pseudo here means false code. Yeah, false code, not actually the real code, false code. And flowchart will be like the visual representation of this false code. So as easy as that, you don't have to get it so complicated. So let me say that again. So pseudo is a false code, false program, or false programming, not like writing Python, but just writing English language to represent what steps you will take in Python. And then the flowchart is kind of drawing labels, drawing circles and everything to represent how the program will flow. So I hope you understand up to that point. It's as easy as that. But there are textbook definitions such as a flowchart is an informal way of writing a computer program using plain language. It can be English, it can be Spanish, German, what have you, okay, without the strict syntax of programming languages. So it doesn't depend on a particular programming language, JavaScript, Python, PHP. No, it doesn't. So it's like you are using a language you are used to, like English, you know, to write a an informal way of writing a computer program, right? So without strict syntax of programming languages, it helps to align the logic and steps of an algorithm. We'll talk about that when we get to data structures in a way that it's easy to understand, even for those who are novices. So pseudocode typically describes the flow of a program using words, using structured statements like if, then, else, right? So that's what you have to know about it. And it's damn easy, right? So once you understand one of them, you can understand all of them. It's as easy as that. It's applicable in almost everything. Grading system for schools where you have pass, some have fail because of their level of score. Some people fail, some people pass, right? So it's using what we call control statements, conditional statement, decision statements, or if. So, and we can use pseudocode to write those, right? And even flowchart. So understand that pseudocode using your language, your favorite language to represent a program, but with text, okay? And then the flowchart is actually a representation of this pseudocode of a program in a visual representation, in visually, right? You draw some stuff. You're going to do all those things quickly. So let me just also define a flowchart. Is a visual representation of the steps and decisions in a process or algorithm. It uses standardized symbols like ovals for start and end, rectangles for actions and steps, and diamonds for decisions to show the flow of control through a system or program, right? Flowcharts make it easy to visualize how different actions are connected and the paths that a program can take, right? So we'll see how to work with those. So let me start drawing. Let me start drawing now. Okay, so let me stop that first and have a notepad open. So let me start drawing again. Um so that's that. So let's get into the bit practical aspect of it. So let me start with a flowchart. So say we want to create a simple weather app. Okay, a weather app. So let me have notepad first. So the weather app will look something like this. Okay, so you want to have a weather app. Says you are living in a large mansion, and it's hard for you to come out to check the weather. So you need a kind of app that checks the weather for you so that you know the kind of the kind of dress you want to put on and go outside. So we may have something like start. Let me make this bigger. To start, and the first thing will be to set weather to anything. Maybe we can just say rainy. So this is my pseudocode. Okay, not flowchart. All right. And then after setting it to rainy, we want to check now if, and then the important things we use capital letter. This is a convention, but in the programming language, you will not use capital letter. So if weather is equal to rainy, then if weather is equal to rainy, okay, then then we have to do something. Then we print okay, use umbrella. All right, so else, if not, if weather is not equal to, so with else, we don't need to write weather again is equal to blah. With else, just stop there at else. And you print wear a light dress, something like that. A light dress so that it won't be too hot for you because it might be sunny out there. All right, so after everything, you end. So you end at the point you started at the left, you end here. You know, every other thing goes inside, and then the if and the else assumes there are print statements even within it, okay? So this even looks like Python, very sweet syntax. So this is called a pseudocode like we've explained earlier. All right, so let's quickly draw a, let me annotate this, or let me remove this. So I can open another one so that yeah, so let me annotate this one. All right, so let's see how we can draw this. So first and foremost, remember we said circle, it starts with circle, right? And you write start, please. It's difficult for me to write it very well, so I guess you will bear with the handwriting I'm using here. So you have a start, okay? So this is a flow chart, okay? And having that chart, we move somewhere. And where are we moving? We have to set the current weather. That's the app is already checking the current weather. Okay, so set weather. So we set weather. Oh, sorry, I'm delaying with this. So we set weather, right? So let me just stop there. So we set the weather as rainy, right? Rainy. So we set the weather as rainy. That's what something you can put on variable, but that's the current condition of the weather. So now this app has the ability to check, and this is the decision. Remember, we mentioned that you use diamond for decision. So we have a diamond. So this is what you learn in computer science if you are either going to study computer science or you're already studying computer science, so computer engineering. So flowcharts. All right. So here is a question. The decision is whether rainy. So at this point, you can answer that question very well. So it's weather rainy, and all you need to do is to check here. So the current weather that has been set is rainy. The current weather that is going on is rainy. So this question is yes. But let's see how the flowchart goes. So we have a yes, yeah, yes. Okay, so yes goes to this side. While no, if it's not raining, it will go to this side. Hope you understand. Sorry, I had to just be physical with this. So if it's raining, then use umbrella. Remember our, I can't access that. Our pseudocode, use umbrella. So this is our flow chart. So use umbrella. And if it's not raining, so what will you do? Put on something light. Put on light dress. Mm. Okay, so if it's not raining, put on light dress. And after that, what happens? So the program ends, okay? The program will either go to yes or to no. And after that, it successfully ends with circle again, over, okay, end. So this is a complete complete flowchart, okay? So it looks like this, and you can compare that with what we had here. You can compare that with what we had here, okay? All right, so you can compare that with what we had here, okay? Set weather, rainy, blah, blah, blah. So if weather is equal to, so you saw where rainy, so it's rainy, use umbrella, and you see here, yes, use umbrella, else, no. Then put on light dress, and then you end. So this is pretty much how you work with flowchart. I might just show you one more, but I think I should be a bit faster with the second one. I should be a bit faster with the second one. Sorry. Let me erase this. Okay. I didn't have to actually need to do that. So let me go back here, open a new one, and let me open this one. Okay. And so what we want in this second one is, I don't want to erase this, sorry for the screen. What we want for the second one, we want to be able to play with a little login system. So with a login system, we have, imagine you are trying to log into Facebook or any app, okay? So program starts, okay? So when program starts here, on top here, right? So user enters login details. So let's do that. user enters login details. Okay, so that's the first thing. And then the program checks if the user is available. If the login details are available, then it either logs the user in or logs the user out. So, but it pretty much follows this. I don't want us to waste so much time. And it will check the username of the user and the password from the database. If it exists, then just go to one side and log the user in. If it doesn't, then go to the other side and actually prompt the user to enter the login details or correct login details, or tell you the user to register. So that process also follows this exactly, right? So, but without much ado, let's go to the code. So let me just clean this up so that it doesn't appear on our other program. In the last one of the videos, I promised I'll check how to erase this with one click, but I've not remembered to do that. Sorry about the stress. Or bear with me, please. Sorry. We're almost done. Oh God. So it won't appear on our Visual Studio Code as we open it. Okay, so the screen looks good now. I have to use a wide screen to be able to see everything and remove everything without um, leaving anything on the screen. Oh, so sorry about that time wasting. I don't like pausing my video so that I wouldn't do anything in secret. All right, so here we are. We can close this and we go back to the main thing. Nope. Okay. Right. So we go back to our so let's start working on that. So we create a new file called if else. Let me just keep it simple. If underscore else dot py. All right. So let's see. So how do we work with decision statements? The way we work with decision statements is there is a current condition. So if we'll check if that condition, okay, make decisions based on current condition. Okay, so it's just as easy as this. Okay, so there is a current condition, but with if statements, what you need to do is, so I can call the names interchangeably. I can call control statement, I can call conditional, I can call decision statements, I can call if statements. So please, it's just interchangeable. They mean the same thing. All right, so with if, we have if condition. Okay, with other languages, you see something like this. Okay, and something, do something. Okay, here, else. Am I doing with other languages? Sorry. With other languages, you don't have that. You have this, and then you have this, and you have else, right? And do another thing. Okay, but with Python, you don't actually need these brackets, and you don't need this. So you just use your colon, remove that. You don't need anything there. So you use your colon here and do another thing. So with Python, it's as easy as this. Okay, so if condition is true, colon, then the next line will print something, do anything, right? So worthy of mention also is with else, you don't need to provide the condition again. Okay, it just understands that if not the condition, then it's something else. So think about if else statements like this. You are sending a young boy to the market and you tell the person if if you see if the trader sells um, fresh tomatoes, buy fresh tomatoes. If not, buy 10 tomatoes. Right? Okay, so this if not easily stands for else. That means if the trader does not sell fresh tomatoes, buy 10 tomatoes, we manage. So what comes to the mind of the boy, or what comes to anybody, what comes to the mind of anybody listening to this? The woman sending her or sending the boy is actually preferring the fresh tomatoes. So she wants the fresh tomatoes. That's the top priority. But well, if the fresh tomatoes is not there, instead of just coming back empty-handed, let's manage 10 tomatoes. But this is my number one priority, and this is my second priority. So understand it from this angle, and it will really help you, right? So now, looking above, the boy rushes to the market, and what is the condition at the market? There is no fresh tomatoes. So what do we have? There is 10 tomatoes. There is 10 tomato. Okay, so this is the current condition. Because the boy has reached the market. So this is the current condition. There is 10 tomatoes. So the boy now checks if there is fresh tomato, buy fresh tomato. So there is no fresh tomato. Okay, but there is 10 tomato. Let's just put it that way. So the boy is asking, is there fresh tomato? So the current answer, the current condition at the market is that there is no fresh tomato. So the boy leaves this first one and goes to the else, which is buy 10 tomato. So of course it comes back with 10 tomato. So that's the same way it works here. Okay. If condition, for instance, if weather is equal to, this is the first time we are talking about equal to. When we use this, is assignment operator, like we discussed, and it's used when you are working with variables. You're assigning f name to John, right? But when you're working with decision statements, you actually need to use equal to, which is double equal to, right? All right, so this is what is called equal to operator in computer. So if weather is equal to rainy, print it use umbrella, just like we saw in our pseudocode and flowcharts. So if weather is equal to that, use umbrella, else it should be sunny, right? So what do you do with that? So wear a light dress. Okay, so this works, but the only thing left is that we've not yet checked. Just like here, the boy did not yet get to the market to know if there is fresh tomato or not. So how do you check the condition? So the app takes it upon itself to go out there and check the current weather condition. So let's say the current weather is sunny. So the current weather is sunny. So what happens? Let's remove this. I hope you understand this part. Let's remove it so that it doesn't cause errors for us and bring this up. So what happens? The current weather is sunny. So which means you ask yourself, is the current weather rainy? No. Even a child would answer this. No, because you've written here that it's sunny. Okay, the current weather is sunny, but it's asking here, is it rainy? So it's no, it's not rainy. So we go over to the second option, which is, since it's not rainy, let's wear a light dress. So if I print this, it prints wear a light dress. But if the current condition is rainy, so which one will print? Think for a second. Yeah. So it will print use umbrella because the current weather is rainy. So this is how you can easily and simply play with and work with if else statements. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a very basic bare bones introduction. We'll go further. I think 2 to 3 videos will cover up. At the end of this particular topic, if else statements, we will work with a full grading system that is able to grade and get students' grades A, B, C, or D, or E, or F, exactly how they scored it. And that will look a bit, I don't use the word complicated. It just looks a bit beautiful, a bit nice that you're able to do it. So, but some lines of codes up to 30, no, 20. Yeah, let's see how that goes. So, but just hold on, check the next video and maybe the third one. Yeah, the second one, we should work with more things like if, if, and work with some other simpler stuff. But the third video will actually work with the grading system, which will look nice. I hope to see you on that third video. All right, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the functions videos and the other tutorials we placed on Zizix. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye.